How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to New Mexico State Men's Basketball News. I'm Marshall, and happy 4th of July. In today's 4th of July video, we have a lot to cover as far as new teams joining Conference USA, former Aggies possibly having a chance to make the leap from overseas to the NBA. I'm also going to talk about some former Aggies who are doing their thing overseas and have a chance to do really great things, and those guys, could possibly, make the NBA eventually. Guys who played in the G League in the past, and guys who we've talked about along this channel, and also guys that I've posted about throughout my social medias throughout the day. So if you follow me on social media, then you already know what this video is going to be about. If you don't follow me on social media, make sure you go do that at NF State MBB News on both Twitter and Instagram, just like here on YouTube. I really appreciate it, and let's get into the video. I want to start this video talking about the two new teams that were just added to Conference USA on July 1st, 3 days ago on Tuesday. One of them being Missouri State, who was in the Missouri Valley Conference, and they're coming off a year where they weren't that great. They finished 9-23, 2-18 in conference, lost in the first round of their conference tournament. So not sure how great they're going to be this upcoming year. Not sure who they have coming back and who's leaving. But if they're anything like they were last year, they're not expected to be too great. But we've seen teams in the past, go from not being a great team to being really good. Like Louisville's basketball team, they're always on and off. You just never know. So we'll see how they are and how they are in Conference USA. And not sure if we're going to play them yet. The conference schedule should be coming out pretty soon. I believe last year it came out on July 6th. So I'd be surprised if we don't see anything anytime soon. And maybe that'll be the next video we talk about. And if we, obviously play against Missouri State twice, and if they're not as great as they were last year, our team's hopefully improved a lot. Hopefully we can get the sweep or win at least one game, because as you guys know, in conference play and just in basketball in general, anybody can beat anybody on any given night. I've said that so many times in the past. It's been a while, obviously, because the season is not going on right now. But November can't come soon enough. We'll be here by the time you know it. And obviously conference play starts in January. It'll probably be like last year or the year before, where literally right when it hits 2026, that's when conference starts, and we go from there. I believe we are going to be playing 20 conference games. And again, there are two new teams, and let's get to the other team that's going to be in Conference USA this next year and for years to come. The other team that will be joining Conference USA for next year and for years to come is the University of Delaware. Last year, they finished the year just 16-20, 5-13 in conference, which isn't great, obviously. But in their conference tournament in the CAA, who play against Hampton every year, and we have Kyrie Smolin, who played at Hampton, so he's familiar with this team, which might be great for us to have some familiarity there. I'm pretty sure they went to the championship game. They won 4 games in their tournament. I know there's a lot of teams in that conference, so I'm not sure how many games you need to win it all. But they were pretty close to making the NCAA tournament with a losing record, despite, again, just not having the greatest year overall. So they're a team that can get hot whenever, and that's what's so fun about college basketball. Is in the conference tournaments, like, you can be one of the worst teams in your conference, but still make it with a losing record. And then, obviously you play the 1 seed or the 2 seed usually. Doesn't always go well, but, again, anybody can beat anybody. Upsets happen. And so this could be a team that is very interesting. It could definitely be a team that the Aggies split with. I feel like last year we split with a lot of teams. The only team we got swept by was Liberty. And we only swept a few teams like Louisiana Tech. FIU is obviously another team that we swept. Weren't that great. But in the Conference USA tournament the past 2 years, they've got to win in that first round game. And we haven't. Obviously, we didn't have to play in the first round because we weren't second to last team in conference. No shade to FIU. Obviously, Zoddy Jackson's there now. So that'll be fun to go against him. And it'll be fun for Kyrie Smolin to go against teams that he's played against. I think that'll be really fun for this upcoming season. Going against Zoddy Jackson from FIU. And then probably play against Western New Mexico, who has Keelan Dorsey, who played for the Aggies a few years ago. That'll be really fun. Obviously, Kyrie Smolin from Hampton has some familiarity playing against the University of Delaware. So really excited for all that. Also wanted to mention that 2 former Aggies, Serge Rice and Dejuan Gordon, will be playing for the Los Angeles Lakers 2026 Summer League team, which I think is really big for those guys. Both dudes who played for their G League team, South Bay Lakers, and averaged about 15 points per game. Did a lot of great things. They'll be playing along with Bronny. So it'll be really fun to watch. I'm going to try to watch some of the games. I know the Blazers, obviously that's my team, so I'll be watching them play on ESPN2. And I think 3 out of the 4 games should be on national television. Obviously the Lakers, even though it's Summer League, they're still the Lakers, so I'm sure all their games will be on TV. Just not sure which channel. I know they play in the California Classic, and then they play in the Summer League in Las Vegas, so they're going to play even more games, because again, they're the Lakers. I guess they just do whatever they want. Not a Lakers fan at all. I kind of despise them, as you guys can tell. But I'm obviously rooting for these guys to do good, regardless on the team that they play for, and I'm sure they'll ball out and do their thing. Serge Rice definitely had the better Aggie career since he was with the program for so long. Redshirted a year, then played for 4 years, so with the team for 5 years total. Whereas Dejuan Gordon was only with the team for 1 year, part of it being because he was part of that, hazing team, but he had nothing to do with it. He was a great player, really hard worker, arguably my favorite player on the team, maybe my favorite player on the team, I would say. And he's probably put together like the best post career out of anybody on that team. A lot of those guys that play for the team were pros, 6 or 7 pros, which again, with how bad they were on the court, that goes to show you that what was going on off the court really messed with them, because that team had, the talent to be really, really good. But he's put together a great career in the G League, and hopefully he can get his opportunity to play in the NBA, even if it's not for the Lakers, just for any team. That'd be really good for him to do. We have 17 former Aggies that have made the NBA, including Serge Rice, so maybe Juwan Gordon can make it 18. Because, obviously I think Rice is the better player and had the better Aggie career, but Juwan Gordon's not too far behind, so expecting a lot of great things for him as well. More news about former Aggies, Evan Gilliard II, who we talked about a few times on this channel. He's played in the TBT for the Aggies, like former Aggies and teams and all that, so he's done a lot of great things, played with Johnny McCants and stuff. He's playing for the Calgary Surge now, of the Canadian Elite Basketball League. And I believe their season didn't start too long ago, about a month ago or so, or 2 months ago. So they're still in season. And if you guys know Tristan Jazz, he's a big-time basketball YouTuber. He's supposed to be playing for the Vancouver Bandits, played in a few games, so maybe they'll go head-to-head. That'd be super cool. We've talked a little bit about the Canadian Elite Basketball League because Teddy Allen used to play in that league. And what I like about that league is that it's kind of like the All-Star Game, where whenever they were honoring Kobe and stuff, they go to a certain number, a target score, and they do that every game. And it's such a great ending, and all the players love it. And I think that, all leagues around the world should do it. I'm not sure how that would be adapted to the NBA well. I kind of like the way the NBA is right now, but I think it's really good for the Canadian Elite Basketball League and what they're doing. Speaking of Teddy Allen, he's the next guy we're going to talk about. One of the greatest Aggies of all time. And as of recent, in the 2020s, probably the best Aggie we've seen so far in these past 5 years. Averaged 19 points per game for us, and averaged 20 points per game for the Tijuana Zonkies in a second-tier Mexican basketball league. But let me tell you, they have a lot of fans. I follow them on Instagram to keep up with Teddy and stuff, and man, their fans go crazy. I'm not too sure how it works with their overseas league, so I could be wrong on some of this, but I believe that they played in the finals, for that league, and they went to Game 7. They did unfortunately lose 90-77, but Teddy Allen had a great year, averaged 20.3 points per game, and just about a month and a half ago, I made an update about him, talking about how he was averaging 16 points per game. So, ever since he started going there, his stats just improved a lot, and he just got done playing with the Rio Grande Vipers of the G League, the Houston Rockets affiliate, where he averaged about 14 points per game. So he's just been balling. Hopefully he gets picked up by a summer league team as well, like Serge Rice and Juwan Gordon, because he definitely has the talent for it. I know his attitude issues seem to be a problem. I don't think that was really a big problem with us, not that I remember. And you guys got to remember, I didn't really keep up with the Aggies until about 2022. But I still knew about them. I knew about Teddy Allen and stuff the year before I went to school at NMSU. Hopefully, those issues just don't arise, and hopefully he can land a spot on an NBA roster soon. I know he's getting up there in age. I mean, not getting old, but I believe he's about 27 now, and Serge Rice is 26, which is super crazy to think, because it's like they didn't play for us too long ago, but it's already been 3 years. And obviously those guys have played for college basketball for so much longer, and they only had one more year of eligibility after they left NMSU. Wish they would have stayed, because, man, who knows how great they could have been the following year. But we'll never know, unfortunately. I also want to talk about Ivan Irakoechea. Really hard to pronounce that last name. Let me know how I did. I did my best. He played for the Aggies from 2018 and 2020. Had some good years, averaging double figures in scoring, and could pass the rock really well as well. He played in the 3-on-3 Spain World Cup this year. It was just really recent, this past week, and helped his team get the win. I'm not sure how well he played. Wasn't able to find a whole lot of stats, but he was able to get those wins. So it's great to see all these former Aggies doing a lot of great things overseas or professionally. NBA G League, and hopefully they'll have a chance to play in the NBA soon, or just make it big in basketball even more and continue to get paid playing basketball. That's the dream right there. That's going to close it out for the video today. Really hope you guys enjoyed it. A little update just on former Aggies and what they're doing now, and some changes to Conference USA in a good way. There's about 12 teams in Conference USA now, I think, and I believe we're supposed to be playing about 20 conference games this next year, so there'll be some teams we don't play. It might not be like the past 2 years we've been in Conference USA where we play each team twice. Not sure how it's all going to work out, but we'll see once the schedule comes out, once more realignments are made, and we'll definitely talk about it here on the channel, because I know there's some people who watch these videos who are UTEP fans and Sam Houston State fans, and I really appreciate you guys for watching the videos. Obviously, we're all, conference, if you say conference rivals, obviously UTEP, even Sam Houston State with Coach Huden leaving there to come here, they kind of consider us a rival already. Let me know in the comments if you think we are a rival. Overall, I think it's just really cool that, there's a bunch of fans from other teams supporting the channel, so I really appreciate you guys, and I appreciate all the NMSU fans as well who've been supporting the channel for over the past year now, ever since I started doing these style of videos. Really hope you guys enjoy them, and I'll continue to do my best on them and make improvements if needed. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm out.